Well, hopefully this is working. I'm checking status there. It's been so long, I have to double check everything. Yes, chat's working there. Did it actually come up on the screen? It has been like 6 months since I've done any video. I have to double check this because I'm not seeing the chat screen come up. And still, oh, okay, I may have done something with that. So we will put this together, and let me grab chat URL, and then we can copy that. See if we can get this going for the screen. He doesn't want to redo this. Yeah, I haven't gotten used to the idea of not having it up there, though. I still have some food on my beard. Right. I was handed a project the other day, so that's what I'm going to focus on getting done today, as soon as I can get this looked after. And I should know this. There's a problem in that I have passwords for so many things that it becomes an issue. If I don't get this in a moment, I will do it a different time. I knew I brought my phone along for a reason. I know, a very exciting video here. And all my alarms are telling me that I'm supposed to be doing a show. Hello. Okay, phone, you can go quiet now. Oh, YouTube's forcing me to accept some new terms. I said it's been a while since I've actually hosted a stream. So, what we got there? Still not getting the screen that I want to see. I'm already enabled. We're live. So what are we going to do? I am going to go and turn that off for the moment. Go away. As I change cameras, I may have to hide that window from time to time. What is going on? Well, let's see now. I have overhead cameras. Let's see if I can actually take a look at this camera. I have to remember what's what here. This should be that one. And we're upside down, but that's okay. And missing a light there. Let me go over and just bring this over some. How are we doing here? This was brought in by a friend. And one of those things that when people find out you do 3D printing, they say, can you fix this? This was a fan for one of his tools. And he dented the housing that was in. And because he dented that, all the fan blades hit that housing and broke off and shattered. Now, supposedly it's pumping a lot of air, but not a whole lot of heat. I got to confirm that. So what I'm going to do is make him a new one. But there is, as usual, a complication. Here is one of my spare print beds for the Moya. And this just goes, maybe half a millimeter over the edge. But we talked it over and decided that I can actually reduce the diameter of the base by a couple of millimeters. But when I run into, pick one of these, I don't know which one this came from, fan blades, I got the right one on the first go, amazing, protruded from here. So what I was thinking of doing, my friend Tom, first of all said, well, just print the fan blades so they're square on. That'll do the trick for him. He'll be happy with that. As I was looking at it, I realized what I can do is print the fan blades separately. And on the base plate, when I design it, I have a slot in there. And then the blades, when I design them, they'll have a base that is a T base. So we can put a dab of glue in, slide it in with the T base, and then we'll have our fan blade. So that's the plan. I'm really glad I can work on this project because Tom, he's a mechanic here, and he's done a lot of work for me, keeping my vehicle on the road. And then My mother's in the process of moving out of her house. She's sold her house, and she's getting on in years. So all us kids are getting our stuff back, and some of her stuff. And I haven't been able to travel. I'm pushing it just to go get the groceries, unfortunately. So what uh, he did for me was he had a friend coming from Calgary to here, and we loaded up her car with all sorts of stuff, including an antique rocking chair from my grandfather. It's an amazing piece of woodwork, but it was when he helped her unload and that, he brought me the fan part. So we will see what we can do to get him up and running. I think it's a saw that this came off of. So the first thing I normally do, and not the greatest sheet of paper for it, but it'll have to start. There we go. Word. I had a pen in my hand in a bit. There goes one of my other cameras. I think I mentioned it during one of our Friday night streams that the biggest roadblock to getting stuff done is the fact that I can't find a desk here. I'm going to quickly just find this blade. These blades are rectangular. Looks of it. Yep. So, give me the depth. And just mark this is the broken off part. Now, as I said, it's been ages since I've done anything in here. I have to find my stuff. There. All right, hold on. So, top of the blade, I'll go with 26 millimeters. I think we're actually looking in the right direction with that camera. How unusual. By the way, how's my audio? Can you hear me now? Height. 24 millimeters to the base. But that is 24 millimeters right to the bottom. Yeah. This is at an actual slight angle. So, guessing 33 millimeters at the bottom. So that's angled, and this one's a right angle. So we got that fine. So that's our fan blade. Actually, if you watch any of Angus's videos, you'll see that he always starts by piece of paper in hand. Start drawing. We are what? 129 millimeters. 130 millimeters. 130 millimeters. And our wonderful plate. I should know this off the heart by heart. I think it's 110. Yeah, 130. So there's 130 and 130. So I'm gonna make it 128. So now my disc, it's going to be 128 millimeters across. The center part, interesting. Center, we got a couple of holes that I don't know if something protrudes through those or not. We'll have to see. And there's the curve. So, what do we got here? Nice to know everything on the technology side. Well, most things on the technology side are working. 10 millimeters across. And 23. As a kid, I always wanted a set of these. I have no idea why. It was just one of those things. As a kid, you want it. Now, how am I? Well, we'll start with the outer diameter. .5. I'm going to draw this separately. We have coming around a circle, straight part. Not connected. This. You don't have to be an artist to do this. That would help. So we're going 28. How did I say 0.5? From side to side. Their diameter. What do we got? 13.6. And I'd say the slot is 1 millimeter. And this whole part extends. Let's do it this way. .26. Oh, so I want the whole. No, it says please. .5 millimeters. Just have to do a profile. So that comes up. There's a slight edge to it. It's flat, and it angles down and in. And this whole 5 millimeters. I'm going to get that height. Height is 17 millimeters. 13.5. And this one, 13.5. That's a 3, not a 5. And doing this is always handy to be able to read what you're writing. And extend it out. $13 millimeters. This housing, where's that part, is the extension. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera. That 5 millimeters. Okay. With all that, I should have enough to work. Oh, forgot the thickness. See you later. I don't know what time it is in Iceland. Always nice to see Martin. Always likes looking at his sculpted land work. And 4.5 millimeters thick. So, I have to design right now the base of the blade. So that's the bottom, which our T can't accurately follow. So I'll have to take this in. Where's one of these blades? How far did they stick out? I stuck out this entire amount. $10 millimeters. So 10 millimeters in. Then I may have to move it up. 1.5 millimeters. Let's take a look at this. So we got edge of the blade coming in, it'll come up, and then it'll come across. You got the base sticking there. Just fill that in to show it's sticking out. And then the actual blade sticks up and comes around. So if we take a look at this, we have height of the blade, a little T-plate will fit like so. And so these slots, what is this? 2 millimeters. Okay, they're 2 millimeters wide. And give it a solid base, I'd make this 6 millimeters across. And there's a little bit in the back that you don't see. So this lip is going to be, what did I say, 1.5 millimeters. 1.5 millimeters. And then whole thing ought to be this part. with 18 millimeters. How many do I have? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. These I can finalize location once I'm in Fusion 360. And they're 18 millimeters long. Groove. Alright, let's fire up Fusion 360. This is going to be fun because I haven't touched it really all that much in 6 months. Hate being ill. I know I have to update firmware on things and drivers. Basically relearn the process. Fortunately, in one of our Friday night streams, we were talking about Fusion 360, so I ended up trying to open up, and it turned out, yes, my terms of use, my license had expired. Being a hobbyist, nowhere near $100,000 income off of it, you get it for free. You just have to do the renew once a year. And we have the big white screen. And another thing that wants a password. Too many passwords. Yeah. There we go. Welcome to Fusion 360. Now, there are different programs I've been using over the years for different types of modeling, but for something like this, Fusion 360 is where it's at, exactly what you want to do. Fun to use. So, what do we have here? We are going to start our process with a new component. And from good practices from yes, from Angus. What did I say this was? We're going to make it 128 millimeters. Oh. what's going on here. As I said, I have to remember what I'm doing here. Let everything catch up. My computer's busy doing something here. Okay, let's try this again. And yes, I should be doing this right off of memory. And this is going to be 128. 128 millimeters. There we go. That's the start now. And oh, didn't keep that. What did I just do? My hard drive's just grinding away for some reason. Someday later that year, $198. Good. Yep. That's what I want from that. So what am I going to do? First of all, I'll do a press pull on it. And I want it to go up 4 millimeters. I actually am going to modify that because of these tabs. 4 is going to be pushing it. I'm going to make it 5. It'll be okay. It's a little bit thicker. But we'll do it like so. Now I just let it go up straight. I didn't add the taper to it because one of the last things I'll be doing is putting a bevel on the edge, round that off. So we got the start there. I guess oh, I didn't want a line. Let's do another circle here. Look at the map. This is 28.5. 28.5. Okay. That is the outer diameter. Let's put another circle in here. 28.F. Good. And we're going to repeat the process. Another one. This one was 13.6. And that's all the diameters I need for this. So I'm going to I'm going to do a press pull on this, and we are going to make it 17 millimeters. Pardon me. That's the start of our fan disc. Now I have these nice little additions to add. That's the whole select. I can cancel this. Take a look at what we have here. Okay. I have the right height for this piece, but I have to take this hole and project it down through the rest of the body. That's not what I want going on. I'll do that. I got that. It just happened. That's not what I wanted to happen. Huh. To say, it's odd when you haven't done this for 6 months. I don't want to take this down. Just trying to do a fillet. That's not what I want to do. This is our that one. Let's try this one. Oh, all right. Not what I want. I do this one as a negative. Let's go back to look at our sketch. There's our toolbar here. Actually, we can go to 1 then. So let's hide the body. Everybody wants to hide a body. Let's add our 13mm hole here again. Probably not the best way to do it, but it's what we got. Now, I want that to be 13. Lock that in. And now we want to extrude 5mm. Now let's see our bodies here. That appears to be doing what we want. I can't see all the way through it. Next step. Wonder what would be the easiest way to do this. I need to open up sketch number 2. Now, to work from the measurements, take a look at what I have here. It comes from a straight line. It protrudes 13mm up. So it's the best way to do this. Draw a rectangle. Let's do it here. We'll call it 13mm long. How wide? That's a 1mm gap. Never measured these. So these are 5mm pieces. So the whole thing is 11mm. By, what did I say, 17? Oh, 11.26 according to this. I have this constrained to what? To there. I want to move it, constrain it to here. I want to break a restraint on it. But you come here, you're making the exact right choice. It's just playing with constraints. I remember spending a whole day fooling around with this. This is such a powerful component of the tools. But it's not doing what I want it to do right now. Okay, that's that tool. Well, I can change this. There. I have to do the same thing at the bottom, except I have to do some measurements here. I think I did my extrude way too early. I can redo that in a bit. At the base, it's 23 millimeters. And it's going to be coming out 9.5 millimeters. Okay, let's do another here. And this, oh, how about this one? Where are dimensions for you? It's just, well, and we'll go back to here. And I said this will be 23. 23 millimeters. Nope. 9 millimeters. This one gets to be 23 millimeters. Yep. That looks like what I wanted. And now zoom out. Let me take it so it's those corners match. Very nice. There's our base. Our top. There's one component I have to do to the top, and I don't do that until our slot is cut. So let's hide the body again. That's sketch 2. Let's create a new sketch. Although I'll probably be merging these later. There are holes in here. I measured them, so there they are. And once again, we'll hide sketch 2. Sketch 3, we'll zoom in. Coming in from the outer part. Okay, we'll create a circle. There, use the keyboard. Good habit to be in. 28.5. This is just a starting point. These are, I'm drawing now, these holes right in the middle. I don't know what protrudes through them, but we'll make sure the holes are there nice and solid. So the first one, what's our shape for these? These are like, yeah, it's just doing what I did before. That's adding a rectangle. Put one there. Except this will be 10 millimeters wide by 23 millimeters long. Perfect. And we'll place it a little bit more in the future. Let's do another rectangle and start the same sort of place. Except this one is how wide? 21 millimeters by 23 millimeters. Good. Now I just have to make sure that it is properly placed. Because it's this one goes to the center. Okay. Look right. I think this piece is a little bit large, but we'll see. But that is the base of what we have here. Always save your work. So we have our components for this. We have components for that. The only other thing it is missing, and I need to put the slots in for the fan blades. I think I want to do that last. So this component here, these two pieces here, this, okay, we'll stop the sketch. This, we will extrude by 5 millimeters, thus making a hole. No target body, that's because we can't see the body. We're not seeing the body. Bring it upside down. I'm on the wrong plane for all this. So the sketch, so what do I get? I got what I wanted. We got a hole there. Perfect. Now let's take a look at the sketch again. This one. Distance. -5. There we go. And now we have those patches ready. So I'll turn that sketch off and we'll work on this one here. This one is going to extrude as a join, and it's coming up. How high was these? I'll take it up to full 17 and then slice it off later on. So 17 millimeters. Good. That's there. Now I have a problem because this part looks too wide. Now let's edit the sketch. Instead of being 11 millimeters, nine. That's no longer centered. Good. Okay, it's the right length. We got that. Not happy with this part. So what am I going to do to fix that? Man, leave this alone for a little bit. Your brain turns to mush. Well, this is what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to do the extrude for 17 millimeters. And it's going to be a join. We have it there. I'll leave it like that. Now I'm going to edit the sketch again. One thing it's missing is another rectangle, which is an R. Right down like that. And that's going to keep on going. It comes right down to here. So I'll go with the distance. Okay, I want to be 1 millimeter wide. And now we're going to center it there. Now, I'm going to take this, all of it, and we will. There's two types of extrude showing here. Let's stop the sketch. Now, we got this. Oh. Oh, that's not what we want. Cut. There we go. And distance 17 millimeters again. How about a 7? 7.00. Object to cut. I can't see the object. Oh, didn't like that. What do we got? Stop sketch. Got this here. Looking right. I have to make a phone call in a few minutes. also have to call back my friend and find out how hot this is supposed to get. There are different resins for different heats. So I have one bottle of a tough resin. It's supposed to be able to take a little bit more heat. And that's what I was planning on printing this with, but I have to check on that further. And I'm not happy with that. Got the basics coming down right. Have to put the screw hole over here and cut the slots, build the edge, but I should be able to just take that here. I go here and I say sketch, try to sketch on this face. Good. And I'm going to make a rectangle here to here. And it's going to stay 1 millimeter long. And now I'm going to have the second sketch here. That's how I'd sketch 2. Let's sketch this one. I'm going to, let's see, do a press pull. I want it distance. I want it to be a cut. So we're going to go down minus, not 17, but 22 millimeters, which will take it all the way down. Object to cut is that. And that's not what I wanted to do. Oops. Let's try that. I got this object. There we go. That's what I wanted. I have to deal with this hole, because this shouldn't be here. That is looking exactly like the way I want it to look. What does this do? So I need to put a hole in here. Here. Over where I can see you. Not a 17 millimeter hole. I just want it to be 2 millimeters. Oh. This one actually will be 5 millimeters. This part will be 2 millimeters. And we'll tight straight through. Oh, don't want it tapped. Simple hole. Work. Wasn't deep enough. I wonder if I can't use just one hole for this. Because, well, there's that. Yeah, that's just it. How thick is this thing then? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Looks good. So slowly my part is taking shape. Harsh edges on it. Yeah. That's this profile. That's not what I wanted to do. There's some changes I need to add in at this point. So that works. That's not deep enough. I have this. Why is it not a hole? I select this one. Oh, that's not what I want either. You cut. I want this to be 5 millimeters. Let's cut that. All right. Not what I needed done. It took the entire area, or I just want that hole. That's why I created that secondary sketch. Let's turn that one off. Yeah, that one. Let's use this one. This keeps wanting to call it the chamfer, not what I want. I'm here, and I want to create a sketch on this surface, and I'm going to make a circle. going to be here, and it's going to be our 13 millimeters. It's done. We have our sketch 6. We are going to do a press pull, and it's going to be a cut. It's going to be 5 millimeters. There'll be no taper, and it's going to cut that. There. What that shows me is I do have one problem, and it's just inside there. Such a weird thing when you're flying through. This. Move that. That's zoom out. And let's see what sketches that. Let's zoom in here. There's this. That's wrong. This whole thing. There. What do I see now? There we go. I had created a piece in there that wasn't right. That was my fault. Well, it's all my fault because I'm the one doing it. But we now have our basic part. Haven't cleaned it up yet, but we are there. Now, the next part is going to be fun. I can't remember how to do this properly. I want to make a T-cut that is 18 millimeters long. And I need to repeat it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So there is the repeat function, but I have to design the cut first. The cut is a sketch, so I come in on an edge. Any edge will do. And let's start a new sketch on this plane. No, not that plane. 85 sketch plane. I guess I can do it this way. Oh, I don't want that. Okay, sketch, create sketch. Here's the plane I want. Good. Now, my base is 6 millimeters wide. by 2 millimeters high. It's a T, it's a rectangle. So let's put a rectangle here. It's going to be on this dimension, it will be 6 millimeters. This one will be 2 millimeters. Good. 6 millimeters by 2 millimeters, and then I'm doing another rectangle, which is something I can't see. This one will be I'll call it 3 millimeters high and 2 millimeters wide again. Now, this actually needs to be more than 2 millimeters because of tolerances, which I think we're using 0.03, 2.03. For that, the 3 millimeters is fine. Now, constraints. Let's hide that one. And let's hide our bodies for the moment. Oh, it's this one. Now, I want this. Midpoint of that. Oh, I'm going to have to go through my tutorials again to figure out how to do this again. This has been, thanks, Rover. I've been away for so long, I forget how to do all this stuff. It's like starting from scratch completely. I'm going to have to go through my tutorials. But I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on, too. I haven't sat up in a chair for this long for ages. What do I want to do? What's the midpoint here? So this is not working right. That's our body's back. What have I been messing with? Keep zooming the wrong way with this. Get this looking the way I want it. Maybe what I should be doing is putting this part away. And then let's go to a new design, and I'll call it new component. And see if I can do these quickly before I have to go. Okay, there's it. Fan blades, and here's our sketch. Create a sketch. Go on there, which is actually the wrong surface probably. But how am I going to do these? Where's my sheet? So I need to draw some lines on here. See if this will work for me. I have it here. First dimension is, where's the fan blade? Right. 26 millimeters. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a okay, let's just go with lines. For this one, let's go from here. And I said this was 26 millimeters. And then, okay, rain L. For in this base, and we close it. And that's the rough outline of the fan. Then this 33 millimeters, that was up top. So I have to drop it down the 6 millimeters. So that's a rectangle. And it's going to be, that's 18 millimeters. Come on, brain. 18 minus 33. 23. 15. If I got that right. And this should be 6 millimeters. And this should be 15 millimeters. I have to move this so it's the edge there. Let's stop the sketch. that's the basics of our blade I'm working on. Now the other component is a similar problem to the one I'm working with here, but here we can do this, and we can do a press pull, and it's going to be 2 millimeters, and there we go. There is our basic fan blade. But to make it work, a little bit more solid, I'm going to create a new sketch. As I said, I keep choosing the wrong surface here. Keep moving my wheel the wrong direction here. So let's create a new sketch, and I'm going to put a rectangle, and it's just going to go on that surface. And the rectangle is going to be rather easy. It's actually going to be just like that. Hang on. And the length is 6 millimeters. And depth is 2 millimeters. Together. How would this normally work? I guess I have to put the base down further. Because if I extrude this out, not quite the right idea. Although that could work. What we need to have, see, this will slide into the base, but normally I would have to have this panel here. And the easiest way to do that might be just to add a new piece here, just to extrude it as a filler. And that way I don't have to recalculate this little chunk here, because if I don't do it that way, I'm going to have to figure out this distance myself. So if I come back in here and get used to navigating in this program again, and let's create a new sketch on that surface, and it's going to be a rectangle. It's going to be here. It's going to be 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Yeah. There. I'm going to now press pull out by 18 millimeters, and it's going to be a join. Okay. So that's there. That's just the lines that are showing up. And my problem is now this actually is in the wrong place. I can hear the clock going off, which means I have to go. What I want. Oh, we got it there. I just have to fix this piece and the fan blade will be there. I got to round off the top. I should round this off too some. But that's going to have to be it. For now, I got to go. But at least I've been back on the air, which really was my main goal for today. It was just to get back doing things. The technology's there, and we will. Hi there. I'm just signing off. What I'm working on is replacing what a friend brought me. He's done a ton of favors for me. They brought this in the other day. It's the fan for one of his tools. And he dented the housing for the fan and broke all the blades off in one easy go. So I'm going to print this out in PO Poly Tough resin. But I've had to make a modification because this disc is just a fraction of a millimeter bigger than the build plate. And you really don't want to go all the way out to the extremes with the build plate. So I shrunk this in by a couple of millimeters. We have this drawing and we have the part here. What I've done is separating the fan blades out, giving a little T-base in here, and then back on our model, on the base here, I'll be cutting slots, 10 slots, for the fan blades to be slipped in. And that way I can get around the issues of the problems with the size of what I'm working with. And I did the here and here. You can see what I was talking about. Here's the basic model that we got going. And then, so we got the fan blade here. I have to tweak, but I have to run. So at least I'm back on. I hope to make it regular back on Wednesdays again, and perhaps on some other times as well. So thanks for popping in. And as I said, at least we've got the technology working again. And we will see you not this Friday. I missed last Friday's get together, but in a week it'll be Friday, but I'll hopefully be on before then. Take care, guys.